Hello, my name is Dr. Ruthie or Dr. Ruth Newstifter. I'm a professional sex educator. I blog at exploringintimacy.com, but I am here thanks to the great folks at Funwares, answering your really important questions on sex and relationships. I want you to send me your questions, and I will answer as many as I can every month here on YouTube. You can tweet them to me at AskDrRuthie, that's email them to me at AskDrRuthie at funwares.com, AskDrRuthie at funwares.com. If you want to tweet them, it's just Dr. Ruthie, DrRuthie on Twitter, and I will answer just as many as I can every month in these videos. It makes me excited to hear your questions, and I love answering them. Today's question is a really important one that I think that a lot of people wonder about this question, and it's really taboo to ask it out loud. It is the point of lots of humor and jokes, but rarely is it addressed as an honest question. Dear Dr. Ruthie, I don't like giving blowjobs, but my boyfriend likes getting them. What do I do? Wonderful question. So the first thing I want to say is, whatever you don't like doing, you don't have to do. And I want you to remember that through everything I say. It may be a deal breaker for your relationship partner, and they have the right to make that call. If they don't want to be in a relationship where they don't receive oral sex, and you don't want to be in a relationship where you give oral sex, you're going to have to decide how you're going to do that. But let's get into a little bit more detail. So you don't have to give it, they don't have to accept not getting it, but it doesn't mean that you have to do something you don't want to do, or they have to be somewhere they don't want to be. It may mean reevaluating the relationship, or it may be like, you know what, I like getting oral sex, but you don't like giving it, and you're more important to me than the oral sex, so let's figure out a workaround here. Whew, let's back it up a little bit. You don't owe me or anyone else an explanation on why you don't like to give blowjobs, but I'm going to go ahead and explore the possibilities a little bit, and maybe I'll hit upon something that makes sense for you, and maybe I won't. First off is, you just may not like it. Who knows? The human brain is a mysterious thing, and the things we like and don't like are mysterious sometimes. You're not alone in your dislike of giving oral sex. Lots of people don't like to give oral sex, and there's actually quite a few people out there who don't particularly like to receive oral sex, and I hope y'all find each other, because then you'll be very happy. But it could be that the way that you're having oral sex isn't good for you, or hasn't been good for you in the past. It could be that you've had negative experiences with oral sex, and so you have this negative connotation, this baggage around giving oral sex. It could be that the relationship just isn't the kind of relationship you like to give oral sex within. That's fine too. Considering these different possibilities, they're all real and they're all valid and they're all perfectly good reasons not to like it, but it could help you learn more about yourself and what's important to you in a relationship. So if you've had negative experiences giving oral sex, maybe you had to give oral sex to someone you didn't like, or you didn't want to give it to them, or they treated you in a way that you didn't want to be treated before, during, or after that oral sex, that can teach you about what's important to you around your sex acts and how you engage in them and who you engage in them with. Perhaps a different setting would make you feel differently about giving oral sex. Or maybe it won't. Both of them are fine. Either way, it's good to kind of explore this for yourself. You don't have to explore it with your partner. You can explore it by yourself, or you can explore it with a partner if you want, to help you learn more about yourself and your sexual well-being. What if, you don't like the context that the oral sex is happening in? Maybe you don't like being in a passive position, or maybe you don't like how vigorous or not vigorous enough that your partner gets. Maybe they need a little bit better hygiene. Maybe the emotional place of your relationship is just not where you want to be giving oral sex. Again, all of these are very valid reasons, and taking the time to explore them can teach you a lot about yourself and your sexual well-being as well as your relationship. Straight up, I'm going to tell you, if it's not so much the oral sex, but the way it happens in your relationship, or the way that you're treated, or the expectations the other one has, and it's not the sort of thing that a little bit of communication could really clear up and make better, think strongly about whether this is the right relationship for you. It could be that this oral sex issue is a flag waver. It's saying, hey, pay attention to me. There's a bigger problem going on in this relationship, but the only way I can get you to notice it, your heart talking to the rest of their body, the only way that I can get you to notice it is by stopping liking oral sex or not liking oral sex from the beginning. So if that's the case, where your heart is trying to wave a flag and get you to notice a bigger problem, pay attention to that, because that's really important and valid. On the other hand, like I said, this is not to imply that the fact that you find oral sex distasteful, if I can make such a bad pun, is a problem. It's fine to not like it. Sometimes folks approach me and they like giving oral sex just fine. They just don't like it when he has the orgasm in the mouth. Guess what? You don't have to have the orgasm in your mouth. Or you can get off in your mouth with a condom on. And if you don't like the way they taste, there's flavored condoms, and you can put some flavored lube on top of it, right? So there's options for that as well. They don't have, your partner doesn't have to ejaculate in your mouth. They don't have to ejaculate deep in your mouth. You don't have to swallow it. In fact, it's safer sex to use protection for that. And can be fun that way too, depending on how creative you are and how playful you are in working safer sex into your love life. So keep in mind that there's no one way to have oral sex, and maybe a different way will be better for you. And keep in mind that there's no rule that you have to like oral sex. It doesn't reflect on your quality as a partner. It's just how people match with each other. Sometimes people say to me, I had a friend who told me that they didn't like vegetables, right? I'm a vegetarian, so I'm aghast, right? They don't like vegetables. But you know what? We could delve in and see, do you not just like green vegetables? You know, like squishy vegetables? And maybe it turns out, if they explore enough, there's certain ways where they love vegetables and they're so glad they figured it out. Maybe they just don't like vegetables. But either way, they're still a fine person, and they're great to go out to dinner with. We just know the expectations around how it's going to work, and we respect each other's differences in that way. And if we like each other, but we can't have dinner together because of that difference, so be it. Then we have that communication. So I hope that little example and the rest of this information helps you out. And thanks so much for your question and for bringing up this really honest point that needs to be discussed more. Thanks.